Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick, and today I'm joined by
Wil Dobratz,
Landon Browning,
and David Parker.
Dave, you're back.
That was a big pause.
I'll edit out the pause, or I'll cut out the pause.
Where were you last
I'm going
week,
to keep
Dave?
bringing it up, so it sounds weird that you edited it out. But we all know that there was a pause.
Dave wasn't here last week, and it made me sad.
Dave hasn't been here for like 3 weeks, right?
Is that true?
It's
that
like
true?
2 weeks or something.
That's one less than 3.
where
Yep.
were you?
10:45.
Where were you, Dave?
Oh, sorry.
Answer me.
I got
Darn
a
it.
dog
And
What?
a job.
wait, you got
What?
a job?
You got a job?
Oh, shut the heck up, dude.
What are you doing?
The dog's name is Sadie.
He didn't get a job.
What's the job's name?
I got a civilian DoD position on base.
What's that mean?
you're
Like
gonna
I got a
explain it.
civilian job with the Department of Defense on base.
Oh, you're handling missiles?
I'm actually handling small arms and munitions.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Ooh, cool.
So, like, what do you do? Like, what do you actually do?
He cleans bullets.
I
I'm talking.
I
Wipe the bloodstains off the used ones.
I sell guns and ammunition on base.
Wait, really?
Yes.
You sell guns to people?
Yeah, I'm part of the problem.
That's the most anti-Dave thing I've ever heard. I just want to bring that up. Like, I know we don't like cover much politics like on this podcast, but like that's like everything Dave is against.
What? No, that's not
I
true.
feel like I don't know.
Okay,
Like,
let's talk
I
about
feel like
Landon and
he's
Costco.
No. Wait, we're not done talking about you.
not- No, we're not talking about Dave.
Dave's always been a gun guy.
I like guns.
Big
Yeah.
Second Amendment. Big Second Amendment guy.
Yeah, all of my
Really?
shirts say Second Amendment or
Don't
bust.
tread on Dave.
Yeah, don't tread on me.
What would be the symbol that would be on that T-shirt for Dave? Don't tread on Dave.
A foot?
Like a crushed Dave face. The glasses are like cracked. Dude, you're like all like you're domesticated now, man. You got a dog, you have a job.
Yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
That's some nuclear family stuff. Now
He's
just
taking care of the house.
Bree only lets you play PS5 for like 30 minutes a day. Like,
I have not played PS5 in such a long time. I'm so sad.
you're such an adult, dude. Like,
Do you guys have a nanny?
like
Do we have a nanny? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
yeah, for the dog.
Yeah, to watch the children. You
Kid
know,
now.
the child.
the child.
Is it like how? What are your hours at work? Like,
It's like 9:30 to 4:30.
oh, that's pretty great.
5 days?
Well, it's
Monday
4 to
to
5
Friday?
days. I think it's not a full time job. I didn't want a full time job, because I
Yeah,
don't
dude,
like
that'd be
working.
cool.
That'd be cool to choose.
You can't quite grow up. You're like right there.
Yeah. Hey, I've had full time jobs in the past. Okay.
Bree's like, you need a full time job. You're like, how about dog and part time job? She's like, deal.
That is not how that conversation went down.
I don't know. That flows pretty well.
That actually like sounds exactly like how it might go.
No, it was Bree constantly being like, you don't have to have a job. You don't have to work. 'Cause, like, after I told her I got hired, she's like, you don't have to have. Are you sure you want to work? Like, you don't have to have a job. And I was like, nah, it's cool.
You're like, I got this.
I got this.
I'm a big.
Accidentally shot a customer in the foot.
Oh gosh.
That'd be crazy.
Did you shut the toe
your
off?
life would like drastically be different. There would be no more Dave on the podcast, and no more episodes that get posted ever.
So are you basically like, someone's like, hey, I want to see that gun. And you're like, okay, I'll go grab it for you. Let me clear it.
Kind of,
Here's the
yeah.
gun.
And
Don't drive.
buying
the guy that,
a
like-
firearm is really like hard in California. There's a lot of confusing guidelines and stuff, so it's a lot of like filling out paperwork and double checking documentation and stuff. So it's kind of just
You're like
we
the
do
guy
background
buy
checks and
guns from
stuff.
GTA.
So when you say
Yes.
it's very difficult in California, do you think we should make it even more difficult, or like is the difficulty like level already like appropriate? Do you think?
As an expert, you're an expert in the field.
Yeah. Now we can ask you about
No
everything
comment.
that has to do with 2A.
Do you think anybody really needs an AR?
What is an AR?
Yeah, what is it?
Assault rifle.
If you say assault rifle, I'm going to slap you.
What does AR stand for? It's something like that.
Armored rifle? Is it armored rifle or?
Nobody knows.
It stands for AR.
Amazing rifle.
Yeah, I don't even know what AR.
Augmented reality.
My augmented reality.
My
gun?
augmented reality 15,
Let me put my VR headset on so I can use it.
so I can use my finger guns.
You have to wear your VR headset for me to be able to kill you. So put it on. Like, that's very cool, Dave. Do you like the job so far?
Yeah, it's fun. It's easy.
Would you describe it as lit?
No, I wouldn't describe anything as lit.
So do you enjoy
How about a candle? Oh, when it's lit.
Oh, dang it, you got me.
Dog.
Oh, you stupid.
How's the dog?
Do you have a gun?
Two very radically different questions.
Well, I don't.
No comment on the
No
gun.
comment.
How about on the dog? Do you want to comment on the dog?
No comment. No, the dog has been like a lot of work.
You conceal carry your dog?
My dog,
Well, that's
yeah.
like the first thing. The first thing you say with the dog, it's like it's not like it's cute or it's like fun. It's like it's a lot of work.
It's yeah. The dog is a lot of work. She's like going to my job is like it's like oh okay, like this is
An escape.
a relaxing time.
You know, it's even harder than a dog as a kid. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the next step.
you
you're gonna
think
have a
I don't
child.
know
At least
that?
the dog poops outside.
Yeah,
Unless, did you train it to poop in the toilet?
This is why you just get a cat.
cats are easier.
Cats are way easier, way more independent.
Brianna wanted a dog.
Alfred is super needy, though. He follows me everywhere.
Yeah,
Like, he's
You're
right
his
outside
friend.
the door. Like,
You're his friend.
He's ran all the way here to...
you're his only friend.
I am. I'm a good friend. I give him treats.
Yeah.
Is that what makes a good friend? Is just you give treats?
Yes.
So like
Landon's a good friend because he gave me a muffin.
yeah.
Mix over like they're like
I'm like-
purring at your feet.
Yeah. I'm like Mick is very needy.
He demands muffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like going to the bathroom and like take a poo or something. And he's like right there.
Like in the room, in the bathroom.
Like right there.
Oh,
Right at my feet. And I'm like,
I would. Close
can you
it. Like,
give
why
me
would you
some?
just like close it?
Well, I have to keep it open because his bathroom is also in the bathroom.
so
You guys take dumps together?
Dude, I swear that he's like, hey, he's taking a poop.
That's a good
I'm gonna take
idea.
a poop. Every time I go in, and he's like, yep.
See, that sounds horrible. Like I'm not gonna lie.
No, we take poop trips together. It's
that's
fun.
not no.
Well, that's really
Everything
weird.
together.
what. Everything.
Wait, did you say that you
I
go then
eat
with the
something,
door open?
He eats something. What?
Did you say you go to the bathroom with the door open so that if he has to go, then
that
he
is-
enters the bathroom?
That's what I said.
But
Yeah.
I couldn't.
can't he just wait? Like,
See, I would think that, but he pooped once on my bed.
Oh my god! Like I can't.
So I,
even like the thought of that,
I
like, makes me
I don't want to risk that again.
scream.
So I leave the door cracked open.
That's like why. That's like the main thing like stop me from getting animals. Like the fact like if I ever like found like poop, like animal poop in my bed, like any kind of poop in my bed, just not like ugh,
any
ugh,
kind of poop,
ugh.
even human poop. I'm not down.
Yeah. I'm
I
not
just
down with it.
I just flipped the sheet over though. So
Oh,
it's fine.
dude! Like with the poop still in it, just
I forgot.
Well,
that's
we don't
so gross.
we don't let the dog
It also
in the bedroom.
it
the
also
bedroom.
wasn't solid.
Yeah,
or,
smart
or
dog.
on
It was,
any furniture either.
It was like a messy situation.
Oh, okay.
Ew,
I don't
dude.
want to hear about this.
Megan wants to get a dog, and like I was like telling her, I'm like, well, if we ever had one, like it would not be allowed in like the bedroom, like to sleep with us. And she like got sad that I'm like, I'm not gonna have some like,
Aren't you allergic?
yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna have some fur ball in the bed with me.
She's trying to kill you.
I mean, probably.
What's your? Did she know your life insurance?
Well, she wouldn't get any of that money. We're not married.
She find a
I do have like actually decent like free life insurance with Safeway. I'm good.
Who's your beneficiary?
blink twice if you need
My
help.
beneficiary is I think my father gets everything. So
You blink 3 times. What does that mean?
I don't have anybody else to give it to. Like
You give it to me.
Give it to me.
You gave
Yeah.
me. I'll take more.
it to me.
yeah. I think I told them I wanted to like go to like if I like died tragically, I'd like want like it to go to like Prairie for like college stuff.
Not Irie?
Hey dude, come on, man. Like hey. Hey.
You're the one that's singled out.
Well, like you know what? Like she's the
I
one
just
that's
had
like,
to-
all right. I think it's time to stop talking about life insurance.
I think
How's the dog? Like what is like outside of like work? What's the dog?
Well,
Like, what's
she is really nice. Like she is a lot of fun. We have been having a lot of fun with her. So she has like a lot of energy. So we get to go outside a lot, and she's been really fun with like playing fetch. She throws the ball back.
it's
It's so
back.
weird.
I think
they make doggy mittens.
But
now
she's
where
young, so
you catch the ball.
she's a puppy. So part of all the work is like puppy
How
stuff.
old is she? Like 14 weeks? 15
yes,
weeks?
14 weeks or 15 weeks now. Yeah, because we've had her for 2 weeks. So.
How big is she going to get?
She not too big. She's either fully or mostly Australian cattle dog, and they don't get that big. She's like 24 pounds right now. But
That's not bad.
She's a good looking dog.
yeah, she's like really cute looking. She almost looks like a miniature golden retriever that has shorter hair.
You trying to describe like an animal with like positive words is like kind of fun because like I feel like he's like don't like the animal.
Well, I'm not a huge animal fan. Like
He still hates her, but you know.
like I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not a huge animal fan. But
It's interesting.
Dave gets home from work. He's like, oh, this dog cracks a beer.
It's interesting that you decide to get an Australian. It's interesting that you get an Australian cattle dog because these dogs are notorious for being really difficult to work with, right?
They're Josh and Crystal.
Yeah, they're like almost impossible to work with.
Although there might be, I think his is a mix.
Oh,
Because it's missing
it's a mutt?
some key traits of a
Did you name what's
Because like
what's
Josh
its
and
name?
Crystal
Mutt? Is
dogs
it
are
named
like
Mutt?
demon dogs.
Sadie.
Sadie's the name.
It's a girl. Cute. Sadie.
I felt like one of Crystal's dog, the older one, I feel like liked me okay.
what traits are you talking about, Will?
Oh, they're just like I thought they were like really anxious in some ways and very like
They need to be trained.
they need to be trained, and they're like if they're not trained properly, then like things that turn out really bad. Like they do a lot of they're pretty wild from what I have gathered. They're also like really like
They're just higher
on
maintenance.
edge. Yeah, higher maintenance. I don't know. Like when I think of like a nervous dog or like a dog that's like a wild card dog, Australian cattle dog, like I never truly like feel super safe around them, at least me.
I didn't know that was a breed until Bree started like looking at dogs. So
Yeah, the only reason I knew
I
it
like
was
never
a
heard
breed.
of the breed before, but I also
Yeah, I never-
didn't know much about dogs.
The only thing I know is because like our friends Josh and Crystal have two of them, but they're difficult
And Will
dogs.
hates both of them.
They're difficult. I mean, I don't hate them. They're just difficult for random people to get along with them. Especially one of them is not does not get along with people that well.
What does she do?
So-
Like she
he just is like
Well, they named him Anakin, right?
yeah.
One is Snips and one is Anakin.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
named
which
Anakin
is
like he
like-
wanted to be nice with people. Like,
Yeah, it just doesn't like
they
as
take, it
far
to
as
the
I,
beach, they take it to the beach. It's like,
I could probably answer this question better, but
kills a
Anakin,
bunch
like,
of babies.
they don't allow Anakin to like be around people basically like
He's
that
a
much.
psychopath. Anakin's nuts. But
Yeah,
he's the
I mean,
chosen
there were a
one.
lot of like different, really sad circumstances that I think have made Anakin that dog.
well, yeah, that's
A little bit
tragic
different.
story.
Like he broke his leg like as a puppy, and they think that kind of added to his kind of social
Count Dachshund broke his leg or whatever.
dog.
Bark Vader.
Together, Anakin. No wait.
Old Bark One was like, "Don't go alone."
Oh.
Well, I mean, the dogs can still be like really sweet and like fun dogs, and I mean they're very energetic dogs. Like they have them trained like super well for like catching frisbees and stuff, and they're very active and like energetic dogs.
Are you afraid, Will, that the dog is going to like eat your face, like or
No, I guess
like chew on your ankles or something, or
I don't know. I guess when it comes to dogs, like I'm not a fan of like super aggressive dogs, and it seems like they're more on the protective side than aggressive. But I don't know. I'm worried that they'll like I don't know bite me or something. I guess I don't know.
You, the first interaction though, you were like, I think you were too much.
Well, I'm also not good with dogs like at all. Like
Yeah,
like with cats, I know that like you just let them come to you basically,
and you could
just
take
the-
that. I mean,
What?
I don't know. They have sharp claws.
No, like cats can mess you up, but like you
No,
just
trust me,
basically
I know.
leave them alone unless they give you attention, pretty much. And if they come up to you, you're fine. But with dogs, it's like okay, I don't like even if they come up to me, I feel like something can go wrong. You know?
Have you been bit before?
No, I just like I'm more uncomfortable because I've never had a dog before. So like I'm used to dealing with cats of like, oh, like just wait till they come up to me, you pet them once or twice. If they stick around and they purr and they like rub against your leg, oh, you can keep doing it. If they just leave, you know, just whatever.
Follow
Like it's not
them.
personal.
ask them why they stopped.
Yeah. And like I guess I've never had a bad interaction with a cat before, but I've had a few bad interactions with dogs. So I just don't know how to deal with them. So like when like something is like, oh, I want to pet the dog. It's like, oh, like if I don't if I don't go up to him, like what's like if I do, like
I think you're overthinking.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
Is it was overthinking, and the dog was like didn't know what was going on. Will got kind of upset, and people were just like, "Oh, this is."
I was
weird.
kind of
I
weird.
was
there for that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there. Yeah, because I remember like I'm not a dog person. Like, and Snips was like totally cool with me. Like, she came to me, like petted her a little bit. She's like totally fine.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it.
Sorry, I was just curious because it just seemed you had such a reaction to.
I am very allergic to Josh and Crystal's dogs, though. Like, really bad.
Yeah. Well, they have like that finer hair that I
Yeah.
think is.
I remember
more
being there a couple
susceptible.
times for like their like young adult group, and like I like almost had to leave because I was like borderline crying because like my allergy.
Not because you had to fart.
No, it was like I was like having to walk out of the room and like blow my nose every 8 seconds because like it was just snot just running down my face. Like
So why do you want to get a dog again?
I don't think Landon does. Get a
Get a cat. Are you allergic to cats?
Megan's allergic. She doesn't-
You are too.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah,
Get a lizard.
I said that to Megan. She's like, I hate lizards.
Whoa.
I think they're funny. I think lizards are funny.
You can throw it at places and it'll just stick.
no,
What?
that's not how.
I'm totally kidding.
really make a case that he might be borderline abusive to animals.
No. I'm
You're kidding.
totally kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
wait a
totally
minute.
kidding. I just want to make it very clear that I'm kidding.
You know what, Will? You can't meet my dog. Will's like, I didn't want to meet your dog in the first place.
Throw it against the wall. Like, why isn't it sticking?
Why doesn't she like me?
I should not have made that joke. I'm sorry. I should
fine.
not have made that joke.
Dude, no one
fine.
thought you were serious about throwing
Okay, cool.
lizards.
I don't know. I felt bad. I
Oh,
felt
man.
bad.
Because it made you think about all the times you have thrown lizards.
No,
Another one dead.
I was an unruly child.
And like Will's and finding Gecko. He's like the equivalent of the girl who shakes the fish.
Oh god.
Finding he wouldn't stop throwing the lizard.
You're coming home with me.
Oh, man.
I had a lot of gecko little pets growing up. We
Yeah.
lived in like Okinawa and Hawaii, and there was always geckos around.
Dude, I love little lizards. They're funny. Like,
They were everywhere, and they were so fun to catch and just like, oh, hello.
yeah, my parents' old house, they had a lot of like blue-tailed, I think skinks or whatever. We'd catch them,
Watch your mouth.
and we'd keep them in cages. Or like a lot of times our outdoor
Aren't
cats.
those like really big?
No, they're very small.
Very small.
Yeah, they're like probably a few inches long. A lot of times our outdoor cats would try to kill them, and like we would like to have like a rescue for them. Like we'd catch them like half mangled and try to like nurse them back to health. It didn't work a lot of times.
You're like, the ultimate test is if they stick on the wall.
yeah.
Then we know they're okay.
He's not gonna make He's not sticking. He's not sticking. Yeah, we take Elmer's glue. Fix them up real good.
Got these suction cups from Michael's that
Yeah.
were gonna
Zip tied to their legs.
oh, too far.
No. Yeah, I like lizards. I could see like having an outdoor cat would be fun, but
We
It
can't
just
have
depends on where you live.
outdoor cats here because there's bobcats.
no, that make. Oh yeah, they would
and-
be killed.
Just have an
yeah.
outdoor bobcat.
You can have one. You just would have them for not very
for
long.
not a very long.
Yeah, I also like the back of my parents have to have an indoor cat. Like Calvin.
They have to.
Well, they don't have to, but there's like coyotes in the back
Oh yeah.
woods. So like Calvin would die.
We had outdoor cats. I grew up like very close to where you lived, and like that was always every night. Like we had like a pen for them. Like we had like a indoor an outdoor enclosure that was gated that we would lock them up in at night. That like they still had plenty of room to like run around. But like every night it would be like, let's go out and like round up the cats. And like, oh, they're not out tonight. Like looks like it'd be like I'd always go to bed and be like, wonder if my cat's ever gonna come home. Like, and then,
Did it?
sometimes, and then eventually,
Didn't.
no, my first cat came back, but like. I would
Mangled?
like it would have been better if he didn't come back. Let's just say like that's the condition he was in. Like
That's so sad.
it was very sad. I remember he came back. His name was Rascal. He was not a very nice cat, but he came back and he had several I would describe as puncture wounds, and he died sometime in the night. And then the next morning, I remember it was raining. I remember it was downpouring. And we were about to go on a trip to Yakima to visit my grandparents, and I had to go with my mom and bury my dead cat on the back of the hill as it was like pouring rain.
This
I'm
was
8
like a
years old, I
pivotal
think.
moment in Landon's
This was very
childhood.
formative for me.
At that point, that's when you took the eye patch off.
So why not
Just like, no more.
And then like weeks later, coyotes dug up my cat's dead body and like tore it to pieces and ate it.
Whoa.
Oh
That definitely didn't really mess with me. We didn't bury him deep enough. So
Oh my gosh.
still not as sad as what happened to my second cat.
What happened to your
But I was
second
older
kid?
then. He was like lived longer, so I like more personal attachment. He was like way nicer, and he just got too injured. Like we put him down, but like we we just had our neighbor like put him down because like he had like a gun. Like that was really sad.
I don't see the correlation.
Watching my cat get shot was really
Why'd you watch?
I felt like I owed it to him.
I've actually heard that like that's what you're supposed to like. You're supposed to be there like when you put your animal down.
Yeah, I was there with him. Like we all like met up with him. Like we gave him like a really nice meal and stuff, and like hung out with him a little while. And then my neighbor. Yeah, it was actually really sad because like my neighbor's like a very like he's like a Black Hawk pilot. Or my parents' old neighbor, he's like a Black Hawk pilot, like very like non-emotional guy, and like he actually got pretty choked up by it because like the cat hung out with him a lot, like when he was outside doing projects. So it was like very sad. So
now I'm gonna go and cry.
It was a very sad day.
Dude, I want
because he survived like a lot of like very like near misses, and then this one was just like he got like hurt, and like you could tell like.
But he just couldn't dodge your neighbor's bullet, like.
Dude, stop. He had like he was getting like mange and stuff, and he was like 7 or 8 years old, and like he was like clearly like in like a lot of pain, and like it was like you don't take an outdoor cat to the, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. So yeah, and then we put him down.
You live by the outdoors, you die by the outdoors.
Yeah, it was like he lived a very good life. You know what I mean? Like he lived a very like fulfilled life as a cat. And
what was that?
I'm assuming Alfred was his name.
Alfred?
Oh no!
Yeah. I named him. His name is Alfie. We call him Alfie a lot, or Alfred. Yeah,
man.
He was a very nice cat.
Now you got me thinking about like mortality a lot.
Gosh, let's talk about Costco.
No, let's talk about mortality.
We talk about Puss in Boots. Also another cat, and also
I have not seen it, but I really, really want to. Like, it looks so good.
So I'd heard it was really good, and I'm not very well versed in the Shrek cinematic universe.
I consider myself a connoisseur.
How about the play?
I watched a little bit of the play. Not good.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I've seen the very first Shrek movie once, and then that's it. And then I heard this new Puss in Boots movie was excellent.
Somebody wants.
I went and saw it with Megan, and that movie is like has no right to be like as good as it is, like because it's just some like I guess the first Puss in Boots like spin-off movie came out like 2011.
Yeah, it was a long
so
time
like
ago.
they just waited like what 11 years to make a sequel
yeah.
or whatever.
Is this
like,
only the second Puss in Boots movie?
Yeah,
At least theatrical. There was probably like some like little short kind of.
Was he first in Shrek 2? Is that
Shrek
2, one of the greatest animated movies of all time?
I haven't seen that. I would say that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is probably one of the best animated movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I've heard.
I don't
good.
doubt it.
The animation's really good.
That's one thing that I was like, wow, that like immediately jumped out.
The performances are really good. Like
Antonio Banderas.
Well, like, and it's also like it's a kids movie, but like it's not. I didn't really feel like it was that much because like
I heard the wolf is awesome.
The wolf's great. Like I mean, like the whole point of the movie is like Puss in Boots is down to his last life. He's burned through his other lives, and he's like being like hunted by death basically, and he's trying to find this like wishing star to get like his lives back.
so mortality?
Yes, and like no, like it literally like the movie is all about like him like grappling with like being afraid to die. Like
man, I don't want to cry.
like.
So you're saying it deserves the Oscar nomination.
I would if it doesn't. I don't know what it's up against. I can't remember what other animated. movie.
Turning Red.
It could way better. Turning Red's an okay movie, but like this movie's way better. Like the I choked up at like several different points in the movie. Like it is like really grim at points. But like really awesome. Like there's some like great lines that make you like just want to cry. I would highly recommend it. Some very good performances, great animation, like really good story. Like pacing's great. Like it's funny. Yeah. It makes me want to catch up on the cinematic universe of Shrek. So I feel like I will probably be disappointed, though, with what most of the other movies are.
Shrek 2 is really good. Shrek 1 and 2 are really good. Puss in Boots is really good. The 3 and 4, Shrek 3 and 4 are not good at all.
Okay.
So
What about the
So
holiday
it's up
special?
it's up against Turning Red, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I don't know what that is.
I've heard of that.
I heard that's good.
The Sea Beast. No idea what that is.
Oh, I'm a sea
And then Puss in Boots.
I've seen Turning Red, Puss in Boots, and Pinocchio. I would say Puss in Boots is the best. I really like Pinocchio also, but the Pinocchio one's more like just really like the animation's really cool and the
It's all
story's
stop
decent.
motion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought Puss in Boots was way more fun, and like I liked a lot of the more of the messaging in it. To be honest, highly would recommend. Which is like it seems weird that like a
I was like over being like, man, like I can't believe Landon's gonna make me go watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
it's really good. Like
I've only heard good things about it.
That's what I like heard. Like I remember like IGN's review came out. And they're like, this is like the Logan equivalent to like the Shrek cinematic. I'm like, this can't be true. And like everybody I kept hearing was like, yeah, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess I got to go watch it. Like I haven't seen any other movies, but I'm like, I probably don't need to. And I don't think you need to see any of the other movies. Yeah. Like maybe the first Puss in Boots. I think there's like one returning character from that. But I mean, it was just like a really solid, like, I mean, kind of kids movie, but like, I don't remember kids movies I was watching a kid like be like the topic was like grappling with like your mortality. Like, I mean, it was like, so.
What was in the message in American Tail?
It's all about family, like finding your family. Which American Tail's sad, but
one of my least favorite things is Landon singing.
I love it.
That's really mean, but it's kind of accurate.
Yeah, right. Like I feel bad saying it, but like I don't.
Yeah, you feel even worse.
But
when
it's
you have
not
to
a
hear me
lie.
It's like the trade-off, right? You be mean and honest, or like you hear Landon sing. It's like,
yeah, Dave, you should go see Puss in Boots. Like,
is it?
Or you, I think
did you see it in theaters?
I watched in theaters. Yeah, with AMC.
I heard that they're going to do pricing based off of based off of seats.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's what I read. The AMC is going to start doing pricing based off of the seat.
Oh,
I know you don't like the AMC theater in Spokane, do you?
I just don't like going downtown.
I hate
parking downtown. I hate smell.
I used to never go downtown, and then now, like dating Megan, she's downtown quite a bit. I feel like so we go down there fairly often.
Yeah,
I like downtown. It's kind of fun.
Which that's something I can share with you guys. Something brave that I did before I went and saw Puss in Boots.
Okay, did you parallel park?
No, I was not that brave.
You can't even drive downtown, Dave.
No, it's very stressful. Megan does all these like aerial silks, like Cirque du Soleil like stuff.
Oh,
and she invited me to do a couples class, like a basics like sling thing, and I did it. I went and did it. So there's like video evidence of me like twirling around like
in the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have photographic proof because Landon sent me a picture.
Yeah.
There's no.
It was actually
see this.
It was actually pretty fun.
It looked kind of fun. It looked fun.
Like we started out like doing like kind of some yoga and like stretching exercises, which were actually pretty fun. And then like it was a lot of like stuff up in the air, like going upside down and spinning and stuff. So out of like the two things that like Megan's kind of like really encouraged me to try with her, like this was way more fun.
You like this way more fun than the dancing?
The dancing stuff, like I can't with the dancing. Like that's too stressful for me. So this was way more fun.
I like dancing.
I think with dancing, I don't have any rhythm or sense of timing, so like it makes it basically impossible. So
those are kind of key.
Yes, yeah, like
elements.
They're like, oh, no, they're like, all right, now we've told you this pattern of like moves to do. Now do it with the music, and I'm like, what?
Were you?
What do you mean?
Were you counting? Were you going 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8?
I mean, kind of, but like I can't count in rhythm. I'm like 5, 7, 8,
6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6.
Like with the swing dancing, like you rotate partners like every 45 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it's just like it's too stressful.
Landon's like, oh, I could disappoint multiple people. While
yeah, I'm like every
one.
It's like, oh, I have to apologize in advance every minute and a half. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like, yeah. So I like the AMC theater though. Back to being downtown. I like they're smaller. They're like smaller.
Oh gosh, what are you doing?
What? Nothing. Keep going.
Oh, the airbase is under attack.
You like smaller theaters?
DEFCON 5. DEFCON 5.
I like this, like the theater we went to, like to see Puss in Boots. Like I probably only sat like 40 people would be my guest tops, and we were in the very top, and there was only like the very back row only had 4 total seats, and it was like, or no, it was like 8, but like in the middle there was like a separator, so like,
oh yeah, I've been in that theater.
So Megan was able to sit like on the end, and like no one was able to sit next to her, and then I was just next to her, and then like nobody else.
Those are dope seats.
Yeah. So and the tickets were very like we went to like a 2:00 showing. They're like $7 for each ticket.
Yeah,
which I felt like was very affordable. And then we spent $45 on candy.
How did you enjoy your one Snickers bar and your one bag
and my 3 Sour Patch Kids? It was pretty good.
I heard Puss in Boots 2 is doing like really, really well at the box office. I would like it's like really, really well.
I would assume they'll probably make. I mean, there's kind of. I don't want to spoil the ending, but yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything. I feel like they might make like more Shrek type movies or something.
Yeah,
like
the Shrek verse.
And just the animation. I don't remember. I guess I haven't seen many of them, but I don't know if the animation's always like considered really good in those movies or.
The earlier ones were very much just like the 3D like Toy Story animation.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for their time,
nothing like special really.
For their time, they were considered like groundbreaking and you
Yeah,
know.
Dave, this is 23 now.
I felt like this new Puss in Boots though felt like I feel like a lot of like modern Pixar movies, while they look really good, are getting very, very. They all look the same.
Homogenous.
If that makes sense. Yeah, like it's like
they look the
I've-
same, and like even the art style.
Like
all
I've
look the
watched,
same.
I've watched like Turning Red and Kanto and like a couple other ones, and like it all like they all look very good, but like they're all like kind of like very samey. And
Like
Puss in Boots had like a very distinct, like the action scenes were very fun and like
It
very
reminded me
stylized,
more
like-
of like the animation of like Into the Spider-Verse.
yes,
Which is awesome.
yeah, that's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Like in very high praise.
I think what's so like I've heard this through the like it might not be accurate, but I heard like they based a lot of their fight scenes off of like a lot of Japanese animation.
Oh, okay.
Like all the fluid style of like movement
Yeah,
is very much like some anime that they would
Don't
do.
ruin
So they wash. Okay, never mind. That's why I was afraid to say something, but you know.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Speaking of like Disney and Pixar, though, did you hear that they are
No, stop.
doing
Yeah, don't.
Toy Story 5?
They said they were going to be done. They said they were going to be done. Like, what's going on?
This new or the new old CEO or whatever it is was like,
We need
I
more
want
toys."
money.
Bob
It was
Iger?
basically, he was like, I want money, and so they're making Toy Story 5. Yeah.
What is there left to tell? Like,
Buzz's
they've already
send
torn,
off.
Yeah, they've already torn my heart out like 80 times. Like, why can't they just
Dude,
like
I cry when I think about Toy Story sometimes, you know, and it's like I don't want another like it's just like all four of them are so good,
yeah.
right? You can debate the fourth one, whatever.
I
Like,
thought the fourth one was a fine epilogue to like,
yes,
Well, the third one is like the ending, like the good ending for the toys and Andy.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth one is like the ending for Woody
yeah.
and Bo Peep. This one could be like Buzz's.
So is Woody not going to be in it then?
He'll probably be in it.
No, Tom Hanks is expected to like come back.
He'll come back.
Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, I think, are the two that are expected to come.
He'll
back.
come back and he'll be like a
But Woody
great,
left.
like
He left. Like,
Yeah.
rough like cowboy toy now, and
Be like, howdy, partner. Like, I don't know. Like,
what is like? Is it like is this one going to be like Buzz is getting recalled because there's like a health hazard with his like he's made out of like is that what, like we have to take Buzz to the dump?
there are reports of kids shooting the laser in their eyeballs and they're going blind.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like they've done everything they can do, right?
yeah.
Besides, like, you're probably thinking of the Meat Canyon video with Toy Story.
That's what I was thinking of, like an inappropriate joke to make, but
Oh yeah, go ahead and make
Does
it.
it have to do with Buzz Lightyear toys?
a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, who knows? I had the same feeling when I heard of a fourth coming out, and it was amazing.
I know.
So
I have to trust the process.
it could be another little gold. flash.
Then I guess
The
they
odds
have
that
made
it's
a lot of new movies too.
Yeah.
They've made a lot of new properties that are decent.
like Lightyear.
No, I haven't seen.
Oh,
Lightyear.
I saw Lightyear. I saw Lightyear.
It was not great.
It was meh. At
I think my
best.
expectations were so low for that movie that when I saw it, I was like, it's okay.
Really? Mine was the opposite. I felt a little disappointed because, like,
There was, I mean, it wasn't great.
the best part was Buzz Lightyear. Like, I thought, like, the best part was like actually Buzz Lightyear. Like, everybody around him kind of sucked. You know?
I just felt like the actual like the plot was just kind of boring though too. Like
Yes. Yeah.
like they get stuck, right? And then he just slowly goes through time to
Whoa, are we spoiling this for?
I mean
You
it's
can go ahead. You can spoil Lightyear for me. I don't
are we doing this? Are we actually
I don't
doing
think
this?
Lightyear's regarded very well, so you can spoil it.
But like, even if Landon doesn't want to be spoiled, he can't be spoiled.
Hey, stop.
yeah, I mean like,
Stop.
I mean who else saw it? Was it just Will or Mick? Did you see it too?
I saw it.
Okay.
Dude.
Sorry, I just wasn't
I am the only one here that has not seen it.
okay.
I'm not caught up on all my Disney movies.
But you're not caught up on something.
You've been catching up on stuff though.
I'm very close to being caught up on Marvel.
You're right.
I think I only have one movie left. I think.
How did you like Black Panther 2?
I thought it was.
Wakanda forever.
I thought it was better than the first one. I think actually.
Really?
I think if I yeah.
I think it's better.
I think it has higher highs and it has lower lows.
I actually
That's my
didn't.
opinion. That's
I
my
actually
take.
don't really care for the first one.
I felt like the first one felt more. I felt like the first one felt more like your textbook Marvel movie, and I felt like the second one didn't feel as much.
I just
standard Marvel movie.
I loved the emotional impact that the second movie brought. I think it was too long. and it dragged for a lot of like the kind of middle part of the movie. But I really appreciated like the seriousness that they took a lot of things in that movie.
There's actual loss
Yeah,
in it.
and the tone
has loss.
And
very
I think
different.
it really paid off. And I think I always forget her name, but the main
Shuri?
actress, Shuri,
She was great.
She did amazing. And to like step into that and like be the leading lady,
Yeah, 'cause she was like the
that
support,
was
she was like
not
a supporting character
like
in the first movie.
right, that she probably didn't sign on for in the beginning, like to be able to like step into that role and like just be an amazing character and a great actress. It was like, wow, that's
she was great.
Yeah, she was definitely the highlight of the movie.
Yeah, she was awesome. I liked a lot of I actually thought the fight scenes were cool. I thought the water people were like when they're like attacking the ship the first time they reveal. I thought that seemed like that whole fight was like really cool,
It was
creepy.
scary.
Like I also like they're all blue, so I'm like, am I watching Avatar?
Dave, you saw it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
saw
was
it in
like,
theaters.
I haven't seen Avatar yet, but I'm like, am I watching like a knockoff Avatar?
I thought
All these
like
people like come out of the water. I'm like,
my favorite for that phase is Spider-Man. I feel like it'd be hard to like choose anything else, at least for me. And then it was Wakanda Forever, and then I think everything else is like a couple tiers down. There's
what are the other ones in phase whatever 4 or whatever?
Multiverse of Madness.
I hated that movie.
Eternals.
I like
Eternals.
I haven't seen Eternals yet. I literally seen that movie. That movie's so far
Thor,
removed
Love,
from
and
my
Thunder.
brain process that I didn't even
Thor,
think
Love,
that
and
was.
Thunder.
Oh, you're gonna have to. cut
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Sorry, my bad. But I didn't even like.
no, Landon's
I
going.
We should leave that in. We should leave that in. No.
I didn't even associate that with Marvel because like I just remember the movie being so trash that people talked about it. Like that's one I don't know if I'll be able to watch that because like that's like 3 hours long, right?
I think we should have a movie night with Eternals. Like, 'cause
It's
I
like-
haven't seen it either.
I think it's like 2 hours 45 minutes.
I
or
would watch
something.
Eternals with you
my
guys
God.
again.
It feels like it's 4 hours.
I would watch
Oh,
Eternals with you
God.
guys again if we have some like Bud Light limes there.
Yeah, I feel like I have to be drunk for that. I've been watching a lot of Marvel movies to catch up lately. Like my trip to Iowa, I all the flights I had, I exclusively like watched Marvel content,
I wanted to.
and then I've watched. Don't cut me off. Ever.
Sorry.
Just kidding. And then I've been watching like a Marvel movie, a couple. Like I got like really sick like last week or a week or two ago, and I watched a bunch of Marvel movies. And I'm down to literally just like the other night, I started Thor: Love and Thunder or whatever. I made it like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I can't watch this.
It's
like,
so
I made it to like the opening thing with like gore or whatever, and then I got to like where Thor is in it, and they're like in the Guardians, and like he started like doing the action scene. I'm like, I can't do this right now. And, I have to watch a Landon movie right now. Like I can't watch this. It's like
so terrible.
me watching Marvel movies feel like when like this like that stupid saying like directors are like, oh, one for them and then one for me. Like that's when I have to like watch Marvel movies. I'm like, I have to do this for podcast reasons or whatever, and then
yeah.
I think.
Oh, Shang-Chi was also Phase 4.
that.
I do like
that was
Shang-Chi.
good.
That's
It still felt very Marvel like so far. Yeah, it still felt very Marvel-y. Like, but
I mean,
better.
yeah.
than, like.
I think it was a little more emotional for me just because of the backstory with the dad. I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the worst one's probably Doctor Strange 2 for Phase 2
Well, watch Eternals.
What?
or Phase whatever 4 or whatever. the heck.
Watch Eternals. Watch Thor:
Yeah,
Love
I
and
remember
Thunder.
you haven't seen Eternals.
You haven't seen Eternals?
Did you watch all through Thor,
No,
or did you stop?
I stopped.
Watch the rest of Thor.
I guess Black
watch
Panther
Eternals?
is also technically Phase 4.
It was the last movie in Phase 4.
Was Black?
Or, I'm sorry,
too.
Black Widow. Sorry, Black Widow is technically Phase 4.
Black Widow. Black Widow's so bad. Oh man, most of them are really. I hated that movie.
It wasn't good.
I had to watch that over 2 nights. I had to stop halfway through that one.
Yeah, I would say Black Widow. I haven't seen Eternals, and then Thor are my least favorite three.
I don't know if I can do Eternals.
You should do it just to like see how bad.
I might have to like drink a lot. Like
Oh my gosh.
Like when I watched that with Bree and her friend, and we basically it was just.
Yeah, I think you talked about it on the
yeah,
podcast where
like,
you guys were just like cracking
about
up,
like 15 minutes in the movie. Like our tone changed from like watching a movie to doing like a riff tracks because the movie was that bad. So the experience was actually kind of fun because it was just the three of us like making fun of the movie the whole time as we were watching it. And the movie was so long, like we had to take a break halfway through, and then we came back like 30 minutes later because it was just like that movie was rough.
yeah, all right. I'll try to power through.
I say we all hang out, we have some fun, get some drinks, and watch it.
Yeah.
My vote.
Yeah, you guys should do that.
Okay, I can. Well, I'll have to finish watching Thor first.
Yeah, I'm not finishing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
You did that one by
I'll
yourself.
just watch for like 10 minutes a day. Like, I'll just watch 10 minutes a day. Stop. Like, I watched that. Oh, sorry. Dave.
I wanted to ask because
He cut you off again.
I wasn't on the episode where you had talked about She-Hulk because you had watched She-Hulk. Because
She-Hulk was
I think
very
you,
good.
You are the only one that has watched it besides me. But
some of us care about supporting things. Other people.
You couldn't even. You said supporting things. Like you couldn't even like tell me what you were supporting by watching She-Hulk. What are you supporting? What are you supporting?
Equality.
Equality between what? Like what?
Men and women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're a woman's activist for watching
Yeah,
She-Hulk.
I think
You're so strong. You're standing up to all like the misogyny in the world by watching a TV show made by the richest like company in the world.
Oh.
So
Rich people can't support women?
No, they can't.
So She-Hulk, one reason I really liked it is because I feel like it was a very it's a very meta show for one.
Yes.
Of course you'd like it. I'm just kidding.
It's a very meta show for one, for a bunch of different reasons. And like, I don't even know if I want to like talk about the last episode because it does something very interesting there. It was kind of, I think some people didn't like it. I actually really liked how they did that last episode. And so without like spoiling too much, how was your opinion on how they wrapped up She-Hulk?
I thought it was good. Last week I said that I liked She-Hulk better than Moon Knight, and that caused.
I would agree with that.
I haven't seen either.
And then I also said that I thought Moon Knight sucked. So
I thought Moon Knight was okay. Like I really liked the second to last episode, and then the rest were kind of like, eh.
Day and night.
No, but I think
Day and night.
part of like part of the appeal of I think of She-Hulk is it does a really good job of like it
big green woman.
It makes fun of like what you thought the show was going to be about and what you thought the show was going to be like. Like very directly, and I think it actually pulls it off really well. It is like a straight up comedy as well. Like from start to finish. I don't think the first episode's very good. I think it is easily the worst episode, and I would want you guys to watch the show, but I would recommend don't watch the first episode. Just skip the first episode. Start on episode 2.
Yeah, I think you can. Like,
you can. The only thing that happens is she becomes She-Hulk.
Yeah, that I felt was the worst. It was like, like that's when some of the messaging I felt like was like a little ham-fisted. Like,
yes, yeah,
a little bit. Like, I'm like, okay, like this is a little bit.
No, and I think there's very little issues of that throughout the rest of the show. I think the first episode is easily the biggest problem, and it's kind of a bummer because, like Colby said, he watched the first episode and he was like, I'm not going to keep watching this, and I think he needs to keep going because I would just skip the first episode. If after you finish, if you want to go back and rewatch it, then you can. Yeah. But like they poke fun at like what people thought the show was going to be like and what people's expectations were about the show and the people who were complaining about the show when it was released and what their how they were essentially approaching the idea of there even being a She-Hulk show. And some of the stuff they get into with what's his name? Who's the bad guy from the Hulk movie?
Abomination.
I almost said Annihilation. He's like a really good supporting cast member in the show. And even some of the stuff they do with him is really cool and really interesting. And it's if you're a fan, like if you would call yourself like a fan of Marvel properties, I would absolutely recommend watching the show and get to the end. Because they do some really, I think, creative things in the show that are, I think, more interesting than a lot of the other things that some of the other Marvel shows did. And a lot of the movies as well. Like, I like She-Hulk more than Thor, Doctor Strange, Eternals. Both
the Doctor Strange movies can like just be like vaulted up and like thrown in like the ocean because
I don't think so. This is a controversial take. I don't think I like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness better than Black Widow.
Well, okay, but like I mean Black Widow, like if like what Black Widow's like a 2 out of 10, like Doctor Strange 2 is like a 3. Like
I mean I don't think it's actually a 3. I think it's probably like a
Doctor
4.
Strange 2. I'm not even gonna say Multiverse of Madness. That's just too much to say. Like Doctor Strange 2, there's like one good scene in that movie.
And that's where like
that's like when they like kind of like do like kind of the Invincible episode 1 kind of thing.
Jim gets unraveled.
Yeah, that was funny. I thought that was funny. I thought when the dude with his mouth gets shown shut and his like head pops, like that's kind of funny. Spoilers. I thought that was a little funny.
I liked Zombie Strange. I thought he was kind of for portions of Zombie Strange. I thought that was funny and kind of cool to watch.
I don't think like they really like this writer named Michael Waldron who wrote Loki season 1, and they wrote Doctor Strange 2, and they're writing I think a couple more. And I don't think he's actually that strong of a writer.
Probably not. I'm hating on him though.
But I think what I really like about Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness is the direction.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's a Sam Raimi.
It's a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah,
and I wish that a lot of Marvel movies were as creatively directed. I guess for me, it's unique like Black Panther 2, where Black Panther 2 had a really strong story and really different story. I think Doctor Strange 2 is really differently directed. And I think that is something that I really appreciate about it and elevates it past its like really glaring weaknesses.
That movie made so much money.
What, Doctor Strange 2?
Yeah, I think it made like 900 million something.
Dang.
How?
I would definitely.
I just want to know how many takes do they do with like Wanda's?
I think it's
like
the highest grossing. I think it's the highest grossing movie of the Phase 4.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
No Way Home. No Way Home crossed $1 billion.
Oh
Yeah.
But,
Besides No Way Home.
I would definitely agree with what Will is saying. I think the writing in Multiverse of Madness is like not good, and the dialogue in particular, like whoever wrote the dialogue, like really dropped the ball. And then the other thing is the child actors. I don't think.
Oh my! Like they just like
they were the worst part of WandaVision too.
they
really like brought that down.
Yeah, like where did they find them? Like, could they not recast them for that movie? Could they not or did they just not do any takes? They're like,
where did
the kids
they find
like, like, I mean, like, did they do like one take and the kids are like, I'm tired, I can't act anymore. It's like,
I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like,
I want an Uncrustable.
yeah, the kid actors like not good. And I kind of hate Doctor Strange. I just like kind of hate him. Like, I think he's lame. Like,
I would actually really.
Do you hate him in every universe?
One of the cooler ones.
Yeah, in every universe. Like the first movie, like his character sucks.
I hate you 3000.
He's like, I'm so smart and rich and I save people. No, my hands. Oh, my hands. I can't grab things.
Are you complaining about a person being like a
You're
jerk?
a terrible human being.
Like he's an a-hole. Like,
yeah.
Like,
Congratulations. You watched the movie.
No, but like he doesn't ever do anything. Like in the first movie, he like never does anything to like actually change. I don't feel like he never like had like a changing moment. I think he just
like, what about the time when like he has like a literal out of body experience?
That's then he's just scared. He's like, I don't like.
I don't know. I guess like
I didn't feel like he ever redeemed himself.
From what I remember, like Doctor Strange's universe gets bigger and bigger, and like he learns ways how to actually help people rather than help himself.
Yeah.
Nah,
like
don't like him.
He can help other people again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like, and suddenly like his priority is not like, oh, my own pride. It's just like helping other people, even though like he still is kind of an arrogant like throughout the movie. But he still kind of learns to like.
I mean, same with Tony Stark. He's always
exactly
that type of arrogant.
I felt like Tony had a better redemption though. Like in the first, like I just feel like he like was a better character than like.
Well, like you have to like his arc also is across like 10 films, so you have to take that in mind too.
Can I just not like Doctor Strange? Is it not okay for me?
I just like I guess I don't understand why I don't like Doctor Strange.
Maybe because both his main films suck.
I mean. The first
not a
is
good
generic
reason.
Marvel movie. The first is a generic Marvel movie, and I'll give you that. But does some cool stuff with
And the
special
second
effects
is a
for the
bad
time.
Marvel movie.
The second is a poorly written, well-directed movie.
Like I don't know. All the other supporting films he did, I'm like, okay, this guy's okay. I'm like, I wonder what his main films are about. I'm like, oh wow, they suck. Like,
I mean, I don't think they're that bad.
they suck.
I don't think they're that.
You know what's a good Marvel thing? Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night.
Oh,
is
yeah.
Great.
Probably. I don't know.
I think
it's
I
the
watched
most
that
solid,
on Halloween.
well-rounded
That was like
thing that came out of the MCU recently.
Really good.
Did you
Just
watch it,
solid,
Nick?
well-rounded, really good.
I have not seen it.
Oh, you should see it. It's
Oh,
like
it's really
50
good.
minutes, and that's it.
It's the
I haven't
perfect moving
seen.
thing.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen She-Hulk. I haven't seen Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness.
Well, you haven't.
What?
I haven't
You've seen-
Spider-Man.
Are you calling me? Like Ant-Man, Ant-Man.
Haven't
2,
seen Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Well, I guess what I am officially behind on. I haven't
seen Iron Man 3 or Ant-Man 3.
I haven't seen. I haven't seen the very first Incredible Hulk movie, the one with Norton. I've not seen it.
So
That's probably the best movie. Out of
And I haven't seen Eternals.
second best.
I haven't seen an hour and 50 minutes of Love and Thunder.
third best.
I haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
I don't think you need to.
I probably will.
It's not important at all. I mean, it's a fun little like.
I would prioritize watching the actual films over
like
some random
Except Werewolf by Night. You need to
like
watch Werewolf by
added
Night.
thing that
And then I
doesn't matter.
I think
I haven't seen Miss Marvel either.
Werewolf by Night is actually going to be pretty important, I think. Ooh, like there might be some things that are in there that might carry over that might be pretty important. There's a certain, I won't spoil much, but there's a certain artifact.
I know there's an artifact. Thanks, Will.
It's the Ark of the
And then
Covenant.
Miss Marvel, which I don't know if you need to watch Miss Marvel. I think
That's like
that
a
was called
kid's
Miss
No, you
show,
do. You
right?
do.
It probably plays into the
Marvels. The Marvels are going to be Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel.
No.
And what's her name from WandaVision? The girl from WandaVision. What's her name?
America.
Photon? No, the girl from WandaVision. Not that America Chavez
daughter,
is
right?
from Doctor Strange.
Oh, what did you say?
The girl from WandaVision.
Oh.
The girl from WandaVision.
Yeah, she's the daughter of the woman from.
Yeah, the chick.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Photon.
Photon. You know, so the girl in WandaVision, the black girl in WandaVision.
Okay. I'm trying to remember this character.
She got powers. Like she walked through the
Oh, yeah.
Monica
I remember
Rambo.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maria Rambo's daughter.
Yeah. Marvel, great stuff. I love Marvel. I'm a big Marvel guy. I know I just crapped on like half the movies I watched. I'm trying to think of the worst. I mean, Black Widow was really bad. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was like borderline unwatchable.
I'm not a big fan of that movie either.
It's not great. The best part of the movie is the songs.
Yeah.
I do like Kurt Russell though.
Kurt Russell's pretty funny. I was going to say. Like, Kurt Russell's a good, like, now I know that sounded bad. That's like, bruh.
Yes, Drax, I have a penis. So stupid.
You hate Drax.
Dude, Drax. Oh. I'm gonna give it a start.
Dude, I like Dave
Dave
Bautista.
Bautista.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make you mad. I think Dave Bautista is the best like wrestler turned actor.
No, John Cena's way better.
No, I think Dave Bautista is better.
Newsflash: they all suck.
John Cena's great.
They're all
Cena's
bad.
great. John Cena's great in Peacemaker. I don't know if you've seen Peacemaker or if you're James Gunn like
I am.
if you're like a hater of James Gunn.
He is.
But, like,
Michael is.
I am.
He's the head of DC now, though, so you can love him.
yeah.
Nope, he's not.
Like this is like I think this is God punishing you for something. Like, like it has to be.
Yeah.
It has like I don't have any other explanation for it.
Can I talk about a couple non-Marvel movies?
No.
Okay.
This is the
go ahead.
Marvel Keys podcast, Landon. Talk about it on
I watched-
on your other podcast.
I watched Paddington 2.
Oh, you
it
did?
was really, really good.
How was it?
Where'd you find it?
I got it from, or Megan got it from the library.
The library.
I literally,
Oh gosh dang.
I literally like bought it off of Amazon. And Megan's like, I can just get it from the library. She's like, cancel it. I'm like, okay. Like, and then so we got it.
She
For
didn't put my
So do you
friends
want
will make
to own
fun
it?
of me.
No, I don't.
You don't want to own it.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk her into getting Tropic Thunder from the library next. I was trying to explain to her like why it was funny. She's
That's
like,
a
"You're
movie
not-"
you should buy.
And she's like,
I
"You're not
own
selling
Tropic
it."
Thunder.
I'm like, no, it's funny. I'm like, you have to trust me. It's really funny. Like,
I don't know if Megan's gonna like it.
that's what I said to her, but I'm like, I still want to watch it anyway with her and see. Like,
We don't negotiate with terrorists. It's so funny.
Bill Hader in that movie's freaking hilarious.
dude, there's so many good.
Oh my gosh. Suck my unit.
And then I watched a not funny movie. Well, Paddington 2 made me cry at the end.
Did you like it better than the first one?
I think I liked it the same. I think they're both very good.
Okay.
I did not like it as much as Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, though. So
Okay.
also
Too much
very
marmalade
different
or
movies.
not enough marmalade?
I felt like there was quite a bit of marmalade in this movie. I feel like there's more marmalade than the first film. Maybe not like just from one scene. And then I watched First Reformed, which was not a funny movie. It stars Ethan Hawke as a Presbyterian pastor. Very dark movie.
First Reformed.
Not funny.
What's it about? Like
It's about a pastor that is like struggling with some like personal tragedies that happened in his past, and then having to counsel. I'm not going to spoil too much of the film, but like he is like tasked. There's a young couple that go to his church. It's like a very, very old church. It's like from like the 1700s. Like, and now it's in modern day. It's about to celebrate its 250th anniversary. And this young woman played by Amanda Seyfried. I can't. I'm
Sci-fi.
She asks Ethan Hawke's character, the pastor, to help counsel her husband. She has just gotten pregnant, and her husband is like a very, very concerned with the environment collapsing, and he does not want her to have the kid because he doesn't think it's right to bring a kid into the world with the condition. So like he is tasked with counseling this man
Was this based on a true story?
I don't believe so. It's directed by the guy that did Taxi Driver. It's like shot in like full screen, or like it's in a full screen.
Taxi Driver.
It's written by the guy that did Taxi Driver?
Or written or something. I think it's...
Isn't that a Scorsese film?
Yeah. Oh, I guess
Taxi
maybe
Driver is
written
Scorsese.
then. Maybe written my bad or something. It's somebody tied to that film. Kind of a weird... The ending's kind of like...
he did the screenplay for Taxi Driver, yeah. Oh, and Raging
kind of
Bull.
an obscure, very like kind of dark and depressing. Like this guy's like just really struggling with like kind of his faith in his own personal health, and like this couple, and like some like really tragic things happen. Him like trying to contemplate it was an interesting watch. Like not an easy movie to watch, and kind of
It doesn't sound easy.
kind of an obscure like the ending like. Kind of like one of those like movies that's probably like a little bit of up to interpretation, but I'd probably recommend. Ethan Hawke's really great in it. Very simple. I mean, it's like a 2-hour movie, but there's very few characters in it. Maybe 5 or 6 of any note.
Where did you watch it?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
I've been meaning to watch it for a while. I think Dave would probably like it. Will would probably like it too. Maybe Mick. Maybe all of you guys would like it. I'm pretty sure it's in full screen. I was like watching. I'm like, this is weird, and then I'm like, oh, I think it's in full screen. So
Mick doesn't
a lot
watch
of the movies.
full screen
A lot of the movies
full screen
narrated
movies
by Ethan Hawke too. Like he's trying to write like every day in a journal. It's him just kind of narrating what's going on.
Did you ever see Taxi Driver?
No, I have.
You need to watch, especially because you like Joker, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's basically like
You need to see Taxi
Joker,
Driver. It's messed up, but it's a very interesting movie.
yeah. Isn't that where the line where like, "Are you talking to me?" Like, isn't that where that line's from, or is that a different movie? What is the line like when the guy, "Are you talking to me?" Is that from Taxi Driver?
Yeah,
Never seen it. I don't know.
yeah, where he looks in the mirror.
Yeah, I watched that. I feel like I watched another.
Depressing
I've watched
movie.
a lot of movies lately. Yeah, I've watched a lot of films lately because I don't have any TV shows I'm going through outside of The Last of Us.
Oh, do you guys want to talk about
Been
that?
watching through that.
No.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's talk about it.
last week Will was 3 episodes behind. I think he's now 4
This
episodes.
week.
Kind of crazy how it's
I don't know why.
In his defense, though, the rest of us are 1 episode behind. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
that
okay.
episode
Why did
came
one
out,
come
like,
out
2 days early.
on Friday? Is
They
it?
didn't want to have
because of the Super Bowl.
But wouldn't you watch it after?
And
the
it
Super
only
Bowl?
airs once
I don't know.
Technically, it's gonna
on
it's
HBO
gonna
Max.
Run into,
So
Yeah,
So we all
it's
missed the
gonna run
chance to watch
into-
it.
exactly.
it's gonna run into the fourth quarter. The launch of it is gonna run into the fourth quarter of the game because the game doesn't start till 3:30.
Dude, Kansas City will have a lock on the game by then, so we can just change the channel to HBO.
people like everybody's like picking the Eagles. Like I'm saying I don't think they're gonna win.
I think it's gonna be a shootout. That's my prediction. It's gonna be like a huge.
You know what?
shootout.
I think Kansas City's gonna be shooting out.
I think Eagles
are gonna be.
Eagles have a better defense than Kansas City.
Do they?
Yes,
I doubt it.
but Kansas City has a better offense than Eagles. So I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to talk about football on the Hotkeys podcast. Michael gets a little upset.
That's nothing new. You guys talk about football.
Michael gets a little upset.
You guys can talk about
Chiefs. All I'm saying is go Chiefs. Who's all rooting for the Chiefs here?
I'm rooting
Me?
for the Chiefs. Screw the
Chiefs
Eagles
all the way,
man.
baby.
Eagles.
Mahomes is
Mahomie.
my boy.
Will just hates them because he's bitter that his team has like the 4th best.
I use this analogy a lot. Like
Why
imagine
do
if
you why do you like Denver?
runs in the family.
Break free from the cycle. Pick a crappier team like the Texans.
So like that's your equivalent to our Dallas.
Kind of, yeah. So my grandpa was living in. My grandpa was living in Denver when the Broncos were formed.
Oh,
Like literally, he
was
was there
that.
when the first 1960 something.
He was there when God formed them from the Rockies, hewn straight from the
Yeah.
mountains.
Carved
God
the Broncos.
chiseled the
John
Mountain
down.
Line.
John Elway.
rose from the ashes. But no. So basically, my grandpa was there when they were made and they were added into the league.
Conceived.
And
Let
then
there be
my
Broncos.
And then my dad grew up kind of watching Broncos games with my grandpa.
Kind of. What is
did I
he
say
not
kind
that
of?
interested, or
What do you mean?
you said kind
Will's
of?
dad wasn't a huge
like-
fan until John Elway started
was just-
tearing it up.
Okay, let me rephrase. My dad watched Broncos games with my grandpa growing up.
Okay, I was just confused.
No, it's fine. I just sometimes I like just add an extra words to
To confuse Michael.
not to confuse you, but just sometimes I say things when I
It's a filler
try to go
word.
slower. Filler word, yeah.
I get you.
So as Will would
filler
say,
word just changed the
sometimes
context of
I
that
get-
sentence.
No,
I
it's
was just
fine.
like confused.
So
Well, that's cool that you have like some.
yeah, and
idea of
so
it.
I was growing up watching Broncos games with my dad too. So it's just literally running in the family. So yeah.
It's literally running in the family.
Yeah, like literally, like the Broncos have legs and they're running. No, it's stupid. Like I say stupid. Like I input words that have no meaning sometimes, and how I talk, and it's really irritating.
Dave, you're a jerk.
Yeah. How dare you point out a word that is obviously filler and like totally trivialize it? How dare you, Dave?
Gosh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't care about football, but
No.
I realize that
But yeah,
I'm definitely in the minority.
It runs in the family.
You're more free than we are, though.
Yeah.
I do.
We're a slave to passion, you know.
I don't care about football. I don't care about fantasy football.
Oh man, it must be so nice.
It's really nice.
I think if I had to not care about football, if I could, like, if a genie was like, "Oh, you're not gonna
One
not
wish,
gonna
I'd
like
be
magic,"
please,
like, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
From me, take this first.
Like, I think I'd do fantasy football over regular football because it's kind of fun to like
That's not fun.
root for teams. But like fantasy football is just toxic. I think.
Oh yeah, it's so toxic.
It's just like there's a level of strategy to it, but I can't get it. I just can't.
Is it the new man's GTA race?
Yeah.
What's up?
Like the Jockman's GTA race?
Well, in a GTA race, I don't know. I like GTA races better. I miss those. I don't miss fantasy football. Like now that the season's over, I'm like, finally, I can rest. But like, I'm kind of itching to like, I don't know, get third in a 6-man race. You know.
Must get third.
You know, because I know I'm not going to get first.
What if Mick's not playing?
I might get first then.
What if you're using cheat codes?
But I don't have the.
we don't
What,
have
what was
this.
Mick's winning percentage? Wasn't like
It was
40%
crazy
or
high.
something. Like it was like 40.
It was unfair.
I had more losses than wins though.
But the ratio compared to other people's ratios
closer.
Was,
It was closer.
like
Who had the worst
like
ratio?
I might have been me. Me or Jordan probably, or
I think Oliver had a pretty bad one.
that makes me happy.
Why?
Oliver's bad.
Let's talk about more. When are we going back to GTA races? Probably never, right?
Never. I want to hear about not GTA races.
Okay.
I want to hear about Hogwarts.
No, yeah.
I don't want no more GTA.
you
GTA.
get your
I mean, I do want to talk about Metroid Prime for at least a
Yeah.
little.
Oh, Metro. You want to talk about?
I do want to talk about Metroid Prime for at least a little. So I just want to sell I'm the only one that's played Metroid Prime out of the three of us, right?
Yeah, I've never.
Wait, including Dave or not?
Including Dave, the four of us.
You're the only one that's played it.
Yeah.
I think it's like the BioShock before BioShock. The more I play it,
More than System
It's-
Shock?
Is this the 3D one?
this is the 3D Metroid, the first 3D Metroid.
Okay.
So basically, the entire game is you trying to hunt down this.
Are there characters called Giant Fathers?
Is it a critique of libertarianism?
No. You're trying to hunt down this.
Do you get a golf club?
So you're
What'd you call it?
you start the game by like going to this like space pirate station, and then there's something there that goes to the planet nearby, and you have to hunt it down. And you're going through, and you're basically the whole entire game is traversing the landscape to try to find this monster that you're trying to hunt down. And it you slowly discover that the space pirates have been working on something more than just this like monster you're trying to hunt down. And it's really fun to be able to like explore the landscape, go where you can go, and then when you get an upgrade, you're like, oh crud, where can I like apply this in other places?
Go back to.
And you go back, and there's a lot of backtracking. So if you're not a fan of backtracking, you might not like it, but it's a different kind of backtracking. It's not worthless backtracking. There's always something that's like, oh, now I can go to here. Right.
Oh, okay.
You'll make like mental notes of like, oh, I saw this like this weird track go somewhere. And I'm like, I can't use that. And I scan it and it says I need some like spider ball upgrade or whatever. And then you get the spider ball and you're like, oh my gosh, this is sick. And you go and you do that. Or like there's an underwater area that's like, oh, I can't jump. And then you get the gravity suit and you're like, oh, sick. Now I can do this underwater area. And it's super addicting to like get an upgrade, see where I can use it, get another upgrade, see where I can use it. And it's just a really cool gameplay cycle. And I think
it's really fun. Yeah.
both of you would really like it. I don't know so much about Michael, but I think he might actually like it too if he gave it a chance.
What's that supposed to mean?
It doesn't have a big story. All the story is reading. Is like log entries.
I love
like is most of
reading.
the story.
I love data entry.
Okay, I'm going to be talking to Dave and Landon.
That's my thing.
I don't have a Switch to play it on.
Yeah, you need to get a Switch.
Were you playing it docked or handheld?
Docked.
Okay.
So it's really cool too because they changed the controls to double stick. So it used to be on the GameCube, even though I had two sticks, they did the double stick control scheme wasn't invented yet.
But you wouldn't aim with the C stick then?
No, you wouldn't.
How'd you aim?
So you'd move with your character, and then you'd press and hold R to like stand in place and move.
So it's like
or
tank
there's a lock on
controls
function.
from
It's tank controls.
No, I couldn't play it that way.
So, but they've changed the controls for the remastered version where you can do dual stick and like all the triggers are the essential functions. Or you can do like There's like 4 different control options. It's actually pretty cool.
I typically don't change my controls in games.
Yeah,
I change my controls
really bad.
like every game.
I mean, they have like a ton of accessibility options. It's actually pretty cool. Nintendo did a good job with it, and it's $40 too instead of $60. So it's like,
You know what? I don't think we should celebrate that though. It should probably be like $20, right? Like,
no, it shouldn't.
I mean, it's like
The game's worth $40. It's that good of a game.
it's that good.
Yeah, because they like completely remastered
It's
it.
probably cheaper because you probably can't find it for Nintendo for.
Oh yeah, no. It's like at least $50 or $60 for the GameCube, and then the trilogy is even more. It's like $120. So $40. Yeah.
Nintendo don't care about their fans.
No, they do. They just like to squeeze the money out of them too.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
I don't
I mean,
think I'll
there's
buy
a lot
Switch. I don't have time to buy a Switch. Too busy.
I mean, yeah. I
It doesn't
would
take
say
very
if you're in
long
like,
to buy a Switch, Landon.
yeah,
Our friend Colby
busy.
did it yesterday.
yes.
Yeah, he agonized over that decision for like weeks. He's like, I don't know if I should buy one. I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
I mean, it's worth it for him because he's away so often.
Yeah.
You know, and he could just play it on the go.
But he had like Landon like poison in his ear, being like, "You don't need a Switch."
no, I
Don't buy a
told him he
Switch."
should get one. I actually was telling him he should get one.
Nice.
Prove it.
I told him that, or like that he should get like a laptop and play Civ or something like while he's
Yeah.
out of town.
He has a laptop, doesn't he?
I don't think so. I think he has a work one, but like, I don't think he can like do.
Play games on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I highly recommend. You would love it. You would super love it. So
Is it scary?
no, not at all.
Okay. Because I've been playing Dead Space and it's like really scary. I can only play it for like 30, 40 minutes at a time. So it's scary.
Really?
It's pretty scary.
Dead Space, the first Dead. Have you not played the first Dead Space? Well,
I have played the first Dead Space,
okay.
but like 30 to 40 minutes at a time. That's the thing I don't understand.
oh, okay.
It's scary, man. Also, like that's just like the amount of time I'm like, all right, I've played this for a little while. I guess I'll play like Madden or something to like get more angry. So
See, I don't know. I think I'm getting to a point where I'm done with almost all multiplayer games.
yeah.
Because he was like, because none of my friends will play with me.
Actually, I don't know. Will is never on PlayStation. Like I'm on like probably like 3 or 4 nights a week. Will is never on. Like I'll be on for like a few hours at a time. Will is never on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So let's kill that narrative that Will, sad and we'll play with him because Will's never on.
Well, I think it's
Canceled.
It's more that like the games I want to play involve like 3 or 4 people, you know.
What games do you
And
play?
like no, that's not what I'm saying. Like I enjoy playing Madden to a degree,
You don't
but
like
I get frustrated. I don't.
You get really mad.
I get really mad at Madden.
Will scares me.
And it's I don't know. I just miss the nights where like 6 of us would get on and do a playlist or play Friday the 13th, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well, the Evil Dead game's free this month.
yeah, and I would totally download that, and like Thursday night, like we should like schedule something like we should schedule a night. Like I know I tried to do this in the past and it
And
didn't
nobody
really
ever
work
got
out.
Like,
Thursday night we should like commit to like we're all getting on and playing, because that would kind of help, I think, the inconsistency of when we're all free or not.
I feel like Dave's kind of the key here. Like if Dave gets on, Dave,
I don't want.
Why does it? Why do I have to?
Dave doesn't have to be on for me to be on. I'm typically on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Those nights I'm typically on.
I haven't been on much because I've been playing some games on my PC and also my Switch. So
Anime games.
no.
I'm trying to get a sense of like normality in my life, and for the last couple weeks, like, well, other than the dog and job stuff, like life has started to like come a little bit back to normal. So I do think that it is a good idea to try to do something like that, though, and I do support it. Will. So I will try.
I'm not enough for people to get
for
on
the next
PlayStation.
few weeks,
Dave
Dave
has to be on
says he
too,
supports it. It means I'm not going to commit, but I want other people to do it too.
No, I'm saying I'm trying. I want to get to the point where I can say I will be there
Yeah, I'm just
every
joking around,
week.
yeah.
But I don't want to say that right
Yeah.
now and then realize,
'Cause Bree can hear you.
I can't. No.
I'm kidding.
Bree on Thursday night. Dave.
It's the dog wants to go play again. I can't hear you. My headphones are on.
Hey, does the old PSVR work for PlayStation 5?
I don't think so.
No. PSVR 2.
Did you buy one?
No. A friend of the show, Brandon, he has a VR for PS4, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm never on. I never use it. It just sits there." And I was going to ask him if I could borrow it, but
I mean, you could plug your PS4 back in.
nope.
All right. Well, if I ever buy a Switch, I'll maybe buy Metroid Prime.
You're not going to buy a Switch.
No, I probably won't. I probably won't.
I mean, there's plenty of games that make it worth it. I mean, Breath of
Yeah.
the Wild and its sequel are like once in a lifetime games, I think.
What's it called? Tears
Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be probably game of the year for the year. So
I don't know. Hogwarts Legacy came out this year, so
Yeah, how is Hogwarts Legacy?
Can you talk a little bit about? Like, we're running a little long, but maybe if we can finish.
Yeah,
up
I want to know
Hogwarts
about it because I
Legacy.
kind of want to buy it. I'm either gonna buy that or like the new Horizon game.
let's talk about it next week.
No, like every week you'd be like, I'm so excited for Hogwarts Legacy. Have you guys not sorted yet?
I've
Like,
never.
like,
I don't know what.
Why did you give Mick a weird lisp?
I don't know.
You may sound like what's his face? The guy that has Scott Malkinson from. I'm Scott Malkinson, and I want to play Harry
Let
Potter.
me guess. That's from
Hogwarts
South
Legacy.
Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a surprise!
Oh, season 26 of South Park came out. Anyway,
On HBO.
well, the first episode did. Okay, sorry, keep going. Hogwarts.
You guys
Legacy.
want to talk about it?
I want to hear about it. I have to pee really bad, so please hurry.
Yes.
Okay. Hogwarts Legacy so far has been a lot of fun. If you like an RPG element to a game, in terms of like upgrading your items, your stuff that you wear has like
Different stats.
offense and defense stats, like that type of stuff. You'll probably really like the game. There's collectibles. You can explore the map size of the world is huge. So you have Hogwarts Castle, and then you also have like a giant map outside of the castle. There's like different dungeons and caves you can explore and do like little side quests here and there. The story so far has been really good, but it hasn't given away a lot of like where your character has come from, because you join Hogwarts as a fifth year, which is very unique. And
You're a bad boy. You got kicked out of here.
You still don't really know why. But so there is like still a lot to find out and figure out with the game.
Okay.
The story. The combat is a lot of fun. It's a very unique combat because it's not like you're shooting a gun, but you're not doing like,
Melee combat.
So it's a very unique feel. But they've done a very good job at like allowing you to switch between like, I think the amount of spells you can unlock is like 20 or something. So it's a lot of spells, but they do a good job at like, you can switch between them really fast.
So, like, is combat like rock, paper, scissors? Like, certain spells work better against certain enemies, or like...
So some enemies will have like a protective shield I'm curious how it'll work for you, Will, but there's certain ones that are color coordinated, and each spell you have, they'll have a color that corresponds to it. And to like break through a shield, you have to use the correct color.
Gotcha.
And certain spells are like, this is a damage spell, and there's like 6 or whatever that go with that, and then this is like an exploration spell or something, and a certain color goes with that. But so the combat does feel really good, and it feels like you're using a spell for like certain thing. It doesn't feel like just all of them are like a gun you're shooting. So they do a good job with that, because that was kind of my main concern, was like, I've seen some old Harry Potter games and it looks terrible. Like, it looks like you're just a third person shooter just shooting a wand.
Yeah. Have you killed any of your classmates yet?
I've tried. Man, some of them are annoying.
That'd be crazy if you could just like murder anybody. Like,
I levitated a goat.
What?
that's pretty cool.
Wingardium.
That's not a euphemism.
Now, do you think as someone me that's not very well versed in Harry Potter, do you think I would enjoy the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The game, I mean, it's obviously like, if you know the world, it's just that much more fun and cool. Like, oh, I know that reference, or oh, I've read this in the book. Like, that's so cool. It's like the exact same. But in terms of gameplay and like customizing your character and all that stuff that goes into like an RPG element type of a game, I don't know why you wouldn't have fun with it.
I might get it.
It's really good so far.
I'm either gonna get that or Horizon Forbidden West is on sale right now. So
Oh, really?
I kind of want an open world game to play in tandem with Dead Space, because Dead Space is very spooky. So something a little bit more like I can kind of tune out a little bit and just kind of play.
Yeah, the facial animations too are a lot better than I thought. Because when you're creating your character, your character has just kind of a very like net and like neutral expression. And you're like, I don't know if this is going to translate well to like when you're actually in cutscenes or like when you're talking with other students or whatever. But it actually comes across pretty well in terms of like, oh, there's like emotion in the face and moving around, and it just feels more alive, less like robotic and dull.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's been really good.
Everything you wanted it to be? Or close
I
to
think so. Yeah, I've kept my expectations a little bit lower, and I've kept up to date with like, they've done like different showcase or state of play stuff, so I've seen like what they've had to offer, and what they've been very upfront with like what the game does not include. So I'm not like, oh, that's not gonna be. Oh, I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I wanted to play Gobstones. Oh,
What?
so,
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Now you're losing me.
well, don't worry, it's not in the game. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's been really fun, really well designed game too. It just like
Are the
feels-
side quests fun? Like, and
so far, yeah.
RPG has to have good side quests. That's like a prerequisite for me. Like,
Yep.
I've even thought about just buying Skyrim on PS5, like, or PS, like, just like
Really?
yeah, just playing through Skyrim again because like I never like beat it. I played it for like 30-40 hours or something, but like I never got like I didn't do that much of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also like Fallout 4 a lot, and I feel like Skyrim's pretty,
It's pretty Fallout like.
yeah, like horrible animations, like everybody sounds the same. Like it's just like a bunch of like you can do some crazy stuff. Like I love like the slow motion kills where like the person's head goes flying like 80 yards or whatever because like the game's like glitched. It's like
Landon's a madman.
well, you can be a madman in Skyrim, like in Fallout. Like I love that. Like you can just be like a crazy person. Cool.
Yeah, there's fun like stealth things you can do in the game too.
Well, you lost me. I hate stealth.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I mean, you don't have to do stealth if you don't want to.
Stealth can be fun sometimes.
I think so.
Like the new Hitman games are pretty fun. Like
Those are unique
I'm
though.
so
Those are
ones
like
that I've played,
super unique.
They're so
I'm
complicated.
so bad at those.
I've played through most of the first like remake one, like the newer
Yeah.
style ones, and like oh my god, it is so hard to get like a good score. Like
It's hard to get a good score, and it's hard to even like plan out. Like I'm gonna kill this guy this way. I'm gonna lure him.
so
over
much
here.
stuff
I'm
can go
gonna.
wrong.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
I did one of the missions, and I spent probably I think it was an hour and 10 minutes playing through the mission, and I killed like one person I wasn't supposed to. And I got like that was like the best score I'd ever gotten. And it was still not even that great. Like it was like grueling. It was like
I feel like every time like I plan something, it all just fell apart, and I ended up just shooting everybody.
and then it's not fun.
And it's not fun.
The
Yeah,
game's
then
not
it's like,
supposed to be played.
oh no, I'm just playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, but you can do some crazy like you can do some
yeah.
crazy stuff in those games. Like yeah.
But yeah,
Well, maybe I'll get Hogwarts. We'll see.
it's a good time.
Yeah.
You gonna get it, Dave?
I might. Because I talked to you on the phone the other day about it, and it sounded pretty fun from what you're. I mean, you kind of just repeated what you said on the phone, but yeah, it sounds like it'd be kind of up my alley. Because Mick was saying he was like
Pure Diagon Alley.
Because Mick was like, yeah, there's like lots of like RPG stuff I'm like not really a fan of, and I was like, oh, that's so the stuff that I would like. But yeah, I might. We'll see.
I gotta pee. We should wrap up.
All right.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Okay, let's wrap up.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Watch your Marvel movies. Marvel movie.
Remember,
day.
Marvel movie a day keeps the.
A Marvel movie day keeps the Oscars away.
It's a good one.
All right. Well, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
bye everybody.
Woof woof.
Have fun.
So long.
Meow meow. Sticky lizard.
Don't throw
Don't throw
throw
your
lizards.
lizard.
on the wall.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.